Hello, my name's Fletch. This is a yoga sequence designed specifically for CrossFitters, hip mobility. And hip mobility is really important. If you're a CrossFitter, you know it, getting down into all those squats and thrusters, Olympic lifting movements. If you're tight in these places, please modify or take the poses a little bit easier. If you want to pause a pose or a posture, take a little bit longer, do so. Let's begin. Hip mobility. Let's get into it. So, child's pose, our first pose here. Knees nice and wide on the mat and then toes coming together there. Walking hands out the front. Pretty simple, nice pose. Just hands shoulder width. And a few big breaths here to start off. Really softening on the exhale. Hips coming down to heels. And creating some space. Breath into the back body. And then softening hips down to heels. One more round. Big exhale. Gently coming up to a regular old tabletop. Have the hands underneath shoulders and knees, underneath the hips there. And we're just warming up the back, making sure everything's in order. So pressing out, exhale everything. Inhale, long spine, looking forward. And then exhale, dome the back. This is our cat and cow. Smooth coming forward, think lengthen. And then smooth exhale. Draw the navel up, even suck the pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen. And two more rounds, really simple, nice movement. Breath, lengthen. Exhale, round the back. And now smooth, back to center here. Pressing out of the shoulders, so we're not diving down or relaxing into our shoulders, pressing out, scap retract. All right, left leg, lift that one up behind you. Take the knee out to the side and then rotate it around. So just a couple of rotations here. Oh, smooth going the other way. Should feel nice to open out. Just getting a bit of movement in there. And now placing left leg down. Let's come to the right side. Extension out behind you. Knee over the side. Make sure the foot isn't up in the air. It's like the knee up in the air. And then smooth rotations. Big circles. Still pressing out of the hands. Come the other way. Go the other way with the knee. Drawing those big circles. And now smooth down to mat. Back to the left side. Extend out. Out to the side like that dog fire hydrant. We call it the fire hydrant pose. And then smooth to center. Right leg extend out. Out to the side like the fire hydrant. And then smooth down. One more round each side. Extend out. Fire hydrant. Lift that knee a bit higher. Long back here. Nice spine. Smooth to center. Extend out. Over to the side. Glute med, glute minor. They're getting a good workout on the side of the hips. Lifting up a bit more. And now smooth down to center. Walking the hands back here. Now, depending on your mobility, you can tuck the toes underneath and get that good posterior stretch there. If this one becomes too intense, I'll walk up the mat a little bit. If it becomes too intense, you can, always sit on a cushion or a block or a pillow or pad the knees a bit. Have a block underneath to sit there, underneath the sitting bones. That might be a good place. Stay for a count down at 5, 4. If it becomes too intense, you can always lift up. You can always flat foot out for 2, for 1. And now gently lift up Flatten out the feet if that's comfortable for you. Again, you can sit on a block. Now, gently, we want to press down through the front of our knees, so we're not doing a mono here. Pressing down through front of knees, strong core, walking the hands back a bit and lifting up at the same time. So it's really opening up the front of our pelvis, getting a bit of muscular action on. Feels nice at the same time. You can come down further if you've got the range. Stay for a count of 3, for 2, and now gently helping yourself back up, using the quads, using the core, coming back in the tabletop, having a little bit of a release here, side to side, might feel really nice. And now, setting up for our long, low lunge. Right leg, walk that one forward here. And we want our vertical front shin here. Sitting bones facing forward and then calming down. So we want to stretch this part of our body. Psoas and iliacus. There's 2 muscles that help flex our leg forward. Hips coming down. Yes. Stay for a count of 5, 4, 3, for 2, and now gently arms to the inside. Walk that front foot a little bit further forward. Walk it out on a 45-degree angle. This is our adductor stretch. Toes back to shin and then hinge the leg on over. So nice abductor stretch here. Walk the hands down just to your range. And you don't have to get down too far before you start feeling it in the abductor on the inside of that right leg. Stay for a count of 5, 4. Keep reaching those toes back to shin. 2, 1. And now gently walking the hands back on, bring the foot back around to the front. Let's have an effective hamstring stretch there. So onto the heels, toes again back to the shin, micro bend knee and press down through the front leg and feel that stretch coming to the belly of the hamstring. Really effective stretch here. Great for CrossFitters, this stretch. Make sure you're bending that knee, just a micro bend. Stay for a count of 5, 4, keep pressing that foot down through the earth. 2, last one. And then gently, coming back up, help walk that foot back in. I like to go through tabletop, just a little transition. We'll come to the other side, maybe a kick out of that right leg, forward, back. Take your time, get some blood into the hamstring. And then left leg, when you're ready, comes out the front, walk the foot out, long, low lunge. Again, vertical shin, sitting bones, help set them up, both facing forward. And we're calming down to the mat, stretching the front side of that right leg. Ooh, feels kind of nice. Stay for a count of 5. Last one. And then hands to the inside. Walk the foot further forward and out on a 45-degree angle. And we're going to hinge that foot or hinge the leg over on the blade of the foot there. So see how I got a strong foot? Then just down to your range, that adductor stretch on the inside of the left leg. Yes. Really good for our squats. And helping us get down lower into positions, where we can be really effective with our muscles and using the power in them. Staying for a countdown of 3, for 2, last one. Calming back up. Bring the leg back to center for our hamstring stretch now. leg comes out the front. Again, bend in the knee. Here we go. Hinging at hips, leading with heart, coming on down, pressing down through the front leg. Few big breaths. Effective stretch. You should feel it coming towards the back of the knee here, the stretch. For a countdown of 5, 4, last one. And gently come up, walk the hands in, coming down to a seated position. Coming down to a nice seat. Have a little bit of a transition. Give the legs a massage if you need to. And for this one, I'll come to face you. This is like a butterfly position, feet coming together. Now, again, you can sit up on a block or a pillow if your knees are up here and, we want to have them nice and relaxed down here. Sit up on a block. Just helps elevate the pelvis and maybe helps you get a bit lower with the knees there. Might be more comfortable for you. I'm going to do it without a block. Feels right for me. And gently pressing down into the knees either side. So we're opening up the groin space. So we've done underneath, done the abductors. Good to get the groins working. Maybe bring those feet a bit closer in. Stay for a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, and gently letting go of that one here. Coming forward onto knees into our frog pose, into our frog. So from a nice tabletop here, I want to do this nice and gently. So if you need to pad the knees, that's okay. But frog, legs go wide and the inside, I'll move that out of the way. Inside of the feet come down to the mat, nice and wide with the knees. So we don't have our feet together there. We've got them wide. And we just want to come to your range. So I've got my hips over my knees. I'm not searching forward. Keep pressing back there. Stay here. Few big breaths. Strong core is on, strong tummy. For a countdown of 5. Lifting up the pelvic floor. 3, 2, and last one. Nice. Oh, bring it in together. Bring those knees a bit closer here. And we'll come down to lie on our back. So just be gentle, laying down our back, sitting up for a pigeon pose or a piriformis stretch, glute max stretch. So left foot across, ankle across the top of the knee there. Back and down, shoulder blades to mat. Lift up. You can grab behind the back of the leg there or, behind the back of the knee and bringing that leg closer in. That should feel pretty good. That glute max left side. Stay for a count of 5. 2, and 1. Gently releasing that one there. Hug both knees back in the chest and we'll come through to the other side. Hug in, big bear hug. Other leg across the top. Piriformis stretch. And then hugging it on in. Have a long back to the mat as well. Stay for a count of 5, 4, And now gently letting go there. Feet come to mat. And now I want you to sit up a little bit here. So internal hip rotation. And so create some space, you know, walk the feet out a little bit more if you need to. Point the toes to the inside, that feels good. Actually, feet a little bit wider for me on the mat. Toes to the inside. And let that right leg cave in a little bit. Nice stretch. 3, for 2. And now smooth, coming back up. Let's go left side. The hip rotating inwards. 3, for 2. One more each side here. Right leg in. 3, 2. Left side. Last one. Caving, rotating internally there. And gently back up to center. Lay it on back down to mat. Now I want you to walk the hips over to the right side, the mat a bit. Foot to the, or ankle to the outside of the left leg. Shoulders back and down. And then hinge the hips on over to the left side so that right foot comes flat to the mat. So you might feel this in the outside, right leg, or up the outside there, keeping shoulder blades back and down. If you're feeling nothing, bring the foot up a bit closer. You know, lifting that foot up into the chest. Feeling it on the outside of that right hip. Stay for a count of 5. And gently release, coming back up to center, uncross the legs. Let's move to the other side. So shuffle the hips across. You know, you might need to make some space for yourself. Left ankle, top of right knee, and this is nice and flat here. Shoulders back and down, and then roll on over. So that foot comes flat to the mat. Feels a nice stretch just here, you know, maybe a little bit above the hip there. Again, if you want some more, lifting that foot closer into the chest. Stay for a count of 5. Big breath. And smooth, back to center. Last pose here, last position. Hug knees into chest, big bear hug, squeeze the knees up into the elbow and up into the armpits there. And now happy baby, so flattening out the lower back. You can reach around, take the back of the legs and maybe wash out from side to side. If you got this one, you can take like the feet, pulling back on the feet, knees into shoulders, and then smooth, coming to center. Fold the legs together, laying down on the mat and having a bit of a break here, having a rest. And you can stay here for as long as you want.